Well, power of attorney or conservatorship can be very beneficial, as each one of these legal actions has the ability to allocate decision-making authority to another individual. Although they can serve the same purpose, there are a number of differences between a conservatorship versus a power of attorney. Attorney Jim Higgins with the Higgins Firm recently stopped by to explain. All right, we've got Jim back with us. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, let's start by talking about the difference between a conservatorship and a power of attorney. What are those differences?
Well, those are, they kind of do the same thing, you know, and we have an estate planning section or division in our office, and they deal a lot with both conservatorships and powers of attorney. They are tools that let someone else make decisions for me. So if I give my wife a power of attorney and I have to go out of town for a month, you know, she could pay the bills, she could sign papers for me, I can tailor it as broad or as narrow as I want to.
Right.
A lot of times we see powers of attorney when somebody's getting older, you know, and they think, hey, if there's a sign of dementia or something that may be happening, I want somebody to have power of attorney to help make decisions for me. They can be healthcare decisions, they can be financial decisions. It can be, and it can wait to go in effect until a doctor says I'm not incompetent, you know, and you can revoke it at any time. A conservatorship is where a person doesn't have the ability to make that choice. They may have waited too late to do a power of attorney or give a power of attorney to the wife. They have an accident, they have a head trauma, they have something where they can't make their own decisions. Then you have to go to court and you have to tell the judge that, hey, this person can't make their decisions. Right. The judge has to find that they're incompetent. The judge has to appoint someone to make those decisions. It's a little more, it's more expensive. It's more complicated. And so we always tell people a power of attorney, it's a pretty cheap thing to do. It's a pretty easy thing to do. You want to make sure it's done right, and you can do it, put it in your safe deposit box, and it stays there till you need it, as opposed to going to the very sometimes expensive and more complicated route of having a court proceeding in a conservatorship.
Makes sense. So when should somebody get a power of attorney? What kind of situations do you see this in?
Well, you know, you should probably have one. It doesn't hurt to go ahead and have one. Like I said, they're not expensive. They're good to have. You know, there's always these times in life where I think we assess if our affairs are in order, and to be honest, that's usually what triggers it. Somebody has kids, somebody gets married, as you are, you should get one. You know, noted, right? That, you know, when you have those big life movements, you retire, somebody may go to a nursing home, any of those things, those are the times when you kind of assess what you have. It's good to make sure you got a living will, power of attorney, a regular will, or a trust. You just want those things because it makes it so much easier on your family, and it makes sure things happen the way you want them to happen.
Yeah. And you mentioned that they're not expensive. I want to hit on that again because some people may be wondering. It really isn't a huge cost?
You know, powers of attorney is not. They're fairly simple documents. I will tell you, estate planning varies. You know, sometimes a simple will is a fairly inexpensive thing to do. Then we have clients that have complicated trust issues and things like that. Well, it takes a lot more time, a lot more energy to make sure it's done right. So you know, the more complicated, just like anything in life, the more expensive it could be. But most of the simple stuff, it's not.
Yeah, definitely worth it. All right, Jim, thanks so much.
Thank you.
The Higgins Firm is serving Tennessee. Give them a call at 615-924-8500 or go to higginsfirm.com.